Hello fellow paranormalers, and welcome to this channel. This video is actually inspired by somebody I follow called Infinite Waters, and I think his name is Ralph. I don't know the surname, but yeah, he did a video today, and it made me think. You know, I love these videos. This is one of the reasons why I'm hoping that some of these videos inspire people to just think, you know, beyond the norm. And I always just think it's really useful to watch other people's videos, and they just like little nuggets of information that come your way. But so this is actually inspired along the lines of awakening or realization of you know, your thought process in your mind and your brain and whatever. And it just got me thinking that I mean, I might, if I can remember, I'll put a link into the video that I'm actually talking about in below. But it is interesting because I think sometimes I assume a lot. I assume that other people are also awakened, that their minds are as open as mine, and that people do, you know, realise as much as I do about if you like, the realities of the stories that we're being told, the play that we're playing, the game that we're all involved in on this plane, on this level. And I guess in a way, because I got my realization actually at a very, very early age. I mean, I must have been 8 or 9 years old when I kind of realized, I mean, I know this sounds really, really weird, but I just realized that my parents were not really my parents. I had no, and people find this hard to believe, but I have no feelings towards my parents. I felt like they were a host for me coming into this, you know, into this level. And all the way through my life, I felt like that. And, you know, people just don't understand it. People who don't realise don't understand it. And they think I'm a, you know, real heartless kind of son, really, to my parents. And I cannot bring myself to, you know, feel close to my parents. And no, I'm not adopted, in case anyone's asking. But yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting, and that's just one small part. So at a very early age, I realised that, you know, I was not part of the mainstream stuff that goes on. That this kind of matrix that we're in, if you want to call it that, or this game that we're playing, you know, that everyone is involved in, is kind of I just wasn't a part of it, and at that age I couldn't really understand why. You know, I couldn't really understand why I felt like that. You know, why didn't other people feel like that? Hence, I didn't really have an awful lot of friends when I was at school. Every school that I went to, my parents moved around quite a lot. Every 2 to 3 years, we always seemed to be moving around. It was mainly because of my father's work and such like. And you know, and then it wasn't until I was sort of in my teens, I left home at a very early age. At 15, I left home through a lot of other reasons. Mainly to do with my father, but you know, I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared of leaving home. It was like, you know, I can fend for myself, and I did so. So yeah, I do have to remember, and I think anyone else who has had the enlightenment, has had that breakthrough and that realization that, you know, you then begin to see things for what they really are. You begin to see that the media is just a tool for brainwashing people. You then begin to see and understand that pretty much everything you see on TV, in the papers, and whatever, you know, it's just everything is manipulated. Everything is manipulated. And you try explaining that to someone who hasn't had their eyes opened, or who can't see things for what they really are, or who haven't really developed their third eye intuition. They just don't see it, and you end up basically, I like the phrase, talking to a brick wall, because that's what you're doing at the end of the day. You're just talking to a brick wall, and people just, you know, because they're so brainwashed, they have you know, their mind is so closed to the reality of what's going on around them and what's actually happening to them and their purpose and their role in everything. They just don't see it. They just really don't see it. And so, you know, but you can only help. You just little bits by little bits you can try and help. And the same goes for, you know, the paranormal world. You know, all of us who are doing our research and our investigations and, you know, other things, we're all searching still for answers all the time, and that doesn't appeal to everyone. You know, we need to remember that although we take it for granted that, you know, we understand how all this works and we believe that it's there, and if you like, we've got our evidence and such like to support the fact that, you know, we are talking to entities or spirits beyond this physical plane, and you know, but a lot of people don't, you know. And sometimes we also have to make allowances for people who only want to, if you like, realise a small bit. I get that a lot, actually. There's a level of inquisitiveness with people, but because people enjoy their comfort zone, they enjoy where they are, they enjoy the matrix as it is to them. You know, they continue to be fed the lies and the manipulation and the stories that's been fed through in media. But on the other hand, there's a tiny little bit of them that likes to allow a little bit of kind of extra information to come through, but then they close it again, you know. And the majority of people that I come across who, you know, like to dabble, if you like, in the paranormal, but that's basically as far as it goes. They don't really want to go, you know, they don't want to open up their mind completely to what's going on. They just want to know that there's a little bit there that they can see and experience and believe in, but then they close it again. And I think it's a little bit of a shame, but I do see it a lot. And we can only just keep chipping away, and hoping that one day, you know, people will begin to realise that they're being fed a lot of nonsense, that everything that they believe to be true is actually not true at all. I mean, you're never going to convince everyone, you know. That's, I think, pretty much an impossibility, but we keep trying. Anyway, thank you to Infinite Waters, as always. I quite enjoy his videos, and his inspiration is really good in his thought processes. I would advise you to go to his channel, and you know, you don't have to agree with everything he says, and he says that on a regular basis, like I do. Don't agree with everything I say. You know, I'm just one tiny small grain of sand in a massive desert of sand, and you know, but hopefully when you add up all these little bits and nuggets of information, then we can piece together more pieces of the puzzle and make something of it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again soon in another video.